Roblox, playing Hexaria on Roblox, of course. And tonight I did acquire the lucrative crystal key. The first people that found it probably around, I don't know, 5 or 6 o'clock, which would have been about 3 or 4 hours ago. I did finally get it. So I am going to try to make a short video on how to get it. So whenever you enter the beginning of the game, you want to just go straight and head to the graveyard. And luckily it's nighttime, and I'll explain that to you here in a minute. You always want to avoid the bandits. As long as you stay on the road, you will not be taken to a cutscene where you have to fight them. This is not a game I've ever played ever until today, whenever people were realizing that the third key in the Ready Player One event on Roblox was in this game. This is actually a really neat game. This is something I might decide to play later on. Okay, so here's the graveyard. So here's what you do. First step, just run right through it. You don't have to do anything here. Now, as you can see, there's quite a few players over here. As you can see, there's this tree, and you can see that lantern right there. Now, it's not nighttime anymore. This only happens at night, but the lantern actually flashes Morse code. Now, I do not know Morse code, so what I had to do was I got on the internet and I Googled it, and I found a chart. What happens is that lantern up there will blink quick, it'll blink a little bit longer, and then it'll pause for a second. When it blinks quickly, then that's a dot. When it blinks for about a half a second, then that's a bar. And then when it pauses, you move on to the next letter. Now, I believe, so I've watched several YouTubers, and they all have a 4-letter code. Now this 4-letter code, what you do, once you get it, once you decipher it, then what you want to do is you head back to town. Actually, wrong way. I'm not familiar with this map yet, so bear with me. This may take longer than normal, but I'm just showing you what you got to do. Well, anyway, once you figure out your Morse code, then you go back to town. And that says Camperstown, so I'm going the right way. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's just what I'm going to call it. There's quite a few steps in this, so you just have to be patient. I'm new to this game, so it took me many attempts, many resets to get to the point where I was able to acquire the key. So hopefully it will not take me very long. Let's see. I know you can go this way. We'll just go up this way. We'll be using this bridge multiple times during this video. And we will be using that church several times. That plays a key role in this video. So what you want to do, you want to go all the way to this end house. And I think his name is Bernard. I believe that's correct. But there he is standing right there. What you do is you go tap him. And I've already done it, so I don't know if it'll let me do it again or not. Oh, it will. Okay, so he'll say that, and then you basically type in your letters, and I did all caps and it worked, so that's what I would recommend. So that was my code. Now, the codes are different. I've watched several YouTubers, and they all have different codes, so it's going to be unique to your character. So what's going to happen is, you go to your backpack, you go to these 3 dots over here, you go to your backpack, and he's going to give you a fortune cookie. When you read the fortune cookie, it's going to give you these lucky numbers. You want to write these down on a pen and paper. And if you're able to, I wish I would have done this because it would have saved me some time, but if you have a Word program or a note program or something on your computer, it's best to type this out, and then you can copy and paste. I'll explain that later. But right now you need this code. But you need to write all this down as well. Screenshot this page, whatever you got to do. So you hit close and X out of that. Now, those numbers you got, you go over here to your right hand side, you click the map. You go up here to chat. You type in those numbers. You don't use the commas, you just type it in just like this. And I think all the numbers are the same, but you have to have that 4-letter code in order to get it. You hit enter, and this island is going to become accessible. Shermer. So whenever you see that, you click it, and it should automatically teleport you. Oh, here we go, teleporting. I was going to say, I was like, okay, it worked for me a while ago. Maybe since I've already done this, that it wasn't going to work. Okay, so it teleports you. Now, if any of you have seen the 80s movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, for some reason they decided to make this a part of the game. So I love that movie. That was great, but yeah, I'm not sure what the point of that was. Well, anyway, this is Ferris Bueller's home. So what you do is you run up the driveway, you go inside the house, you go up the stairs. Now, the first door to your left is the bedroom. Here's what you do. You stand on the middle of the bed, and that phrase that the fortune cookie gave you, and you can access that from the backpack if you forgot. You can type it in chat, or you can copy and paste it. But what you do is you go to chat, you type it twice. You have to enter it in twice. If you type it in, you hit enter, you type it in again, hit enter, and you're going to hear a noise in the bathroom. So once you hear that noise, you go into the bathroom, and here's the shower. And what's going to happen is this handle right here is going to be glowing, and it's going to give you a card. And I don't remember what the card was. Here, let me just go ahead and just do this. Just bear with me. I didn't copy and paste, so just bear with me. I know how to type this in, so I want you guys to see what this looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. In just one space here. You have to type it exactly the way it is. Once. Just bear with me. I'm going to type this again. I wasn't planning to do this, but I want you guys to see what it looks like in the shower. Oh, sorry. And I should have proofread my first one because I can already tell I made a mistake. So that one looks correct. Okay, let me do this one more time. I apologize. Okay, that looks correct. Oh, you know what? I forgot to hit stop. Well, you know what? I apologize about that. Well, anyway, when you tap it twice, what? Wait. Okay, never mind. It lit up. I can't explain that one. So, anyway, it gives you a card, and the shower turns on. And let me check my backpack. Maybe I have it in here because you have to give it to somebody. Yeah, it's not in here. Basically, it's a card, and I believe it is the Sorcerer's Stone, but it's like a gold rock, basically. So once you acquire that, then you can just reset your character. And sometimes it'll just teleport you back to a random place. So let me see where it took us. Oh, this is exactly where we need to go. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go through the teleporter. And it's going to take you to basically a skeleton island. Now, this is extremely difficult because if you get too close to the skeletons, it's going to initiate a boss fight with you. This was very frustrating last time for me because I kept getting caught by the skeletons and I kept having to fight them. So this is the way I go. And like I said, it probably took me 4 or 5 times to finally get away from them. So once you do that, you go up here. There's a teleporter on the other end of the map, and these little skeletons and creatures are going to try to stop you. So what you got to do is you got to come over here, and once all these creatures run away from you, then you just come across, oh wow, the first time. Okay, I wish this had happened to me last time. Alright, so jump in the teleporter. It's going to take you to another place. And all you have to do is just clear this little path. This is pretty easy. I'm not the best at those, so if I can do it, anybody can. Alright, so you're going to see 2 towers. You want to go to the second one. And you're going to give this sorcerer in here a card. I don't know if he's going to talk to me or not. Okay, that's not what he says whenever you have the card. He basically gets excited that you have something. He asks if you would trade for it. You say yes. So whenever you trade, he gives you this, gives you a crystal key. So you take that key, come out here, and I learned this from a YouTuber. You can just come out here and you can just reset. Because what you want to do is you want to go back to the main part of this. You're going to go to that church basically. So you want to go to the first part of the game. Alright, so once you get here, you can jump in the teleporter. And it's going to take you back to Skeleton Island. So from here, instead of crossing the island, you can just reset. Makes it so much easier, so much quicker. You do not have to fight the skeletons. You just turn around, teleport again. It'll take you back to the main land area. And what you want to do is you want to go to the church. I believe the town is this way. Like I said, today is the first day I've ever played this game. Alright, let's see what these signs say. Shop. Okay, Camberstown, that's where we gotta go. Okay, so I was going the wrong way. Like I said, I don't know this map, so. Basically, you're just gonna run back to the town. This Player 1 event from Roblox, it was a lot of fun. This is the 3rd and final crown. I got to tell you that was fairly frustrating in some parts, though. In my opinion, I think this was the easiest key of all 3 of them to acquire. You have to do a bunch of steps, but you don't have to worry about, you know, people killing you, like in Phantom Forces for the Jade Key, or people arresting you for I think it was the Bronze Key in Jailbreak. It was still fun to acquire them all, but it was frustrating. Alright, so once you have the crystal key, you come back over here to the church. You go into the church, you talk to Ted, you click him. He says that. He asks for his last name. I don't know if it has to be in all caps, but this is what the YouTubers were doing. It's Longbottom. Just very simple. Press enter, and the floor will open up. So you go and stand on the floor, it's going to teleport you. Now this is the final step. And I'm not really good at this game, but a lot of you might find it pretty easy. What you do is you go down this hallway, and you can see this guy right here. Basically, he's going to challenge you to a Let's Dance game, and you have to use your arrow keys to do it. Now, it took me 3 tries. If you don't succeed, what happens is you have to fight him and a boss, just like you would one of the bandits or the skeletons in this game. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can reset your character, run back to the church, give Ted his last name again, and you can keep trying this over and over and over. I got it on my 3rd try. I probably won't do it this time, but I just want to do it just to kind of show you what happens if you don't get it. I'm going to try to get it, but if I don't, it's no big deal. Never mind. I guess since I've already got it, he's not going to challenge me again. So, anyway, it's Let's Dance. So if you're familiar with that game, then you shouldn't have no problems at all. But anyway, that's how you get it. And if you beat him, you have to beat him. And once you do, you get the key. You get the crown. But anyway, that's pretty much it. It's actually pretty easy. Just learned to do this evening. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for those of you watching my video. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get it started. But again, I hope you all have a good evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.